Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into American National Group Incorporated's latest report, and let's just say they've dropped some financial updates that might just make you raise an eyebrow or two. So, what is the big news from American National Group Incorporated, ANGP? The company has released its financial supplement for the third quarter of 2025, and we're here to break down what those numbers actually mean for you and me. Stick around to find out if their performance is a sign of strength or a subtle hint of trouble. Before we dive in, if you like getting clear, no nonsense breakdowns of company filings, you've come to the right place, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, we have a fantastic community over on Discord where we discuss these filings in real time, so check out the link in the description below. Alright, let's talk about American National Group Incorporated, or ANGPD. As you might see them traded on the stock market, they are a pretty established company operating in the insurance and financial services space. Think of them like a big provider of protection and wealth management services, especially if you live in the US. Now, the most interesting part of these reports is usually digging into the money. What did they earn and what did they spend? This filing is primarily an update on their financial health for the third quarter ending the 30th of September 2025. This document, much like a detailed report card, tells us how the company is doing financially. Think of it as a peek behind the curtain of their operations. This report was officially put out on the 21st of November 2025, giving us the latest snapshot directly from the company. Now, for those of you who invest in ANGPD, you'll be familiar with their preferred stock. This specific series has a fixed dividend of 7.375%. It is a type of stock that gives investors regular income, and it is traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol ANGPP. It is important to know that this type of stock has certain characteristics that make it different from common stock, particularly in how it pays out and its priority if the company ever faced serious financial trouble. While this filing is mostly about the results for the third quarter, a key takeaway is what type of results are being reported. We are looking at their receipts, which in a simplified sense is the money that has come in. Usually, companies will report details on their revenue, which is the gross income generated from their primary business activities. For an insurance and financial services company like American National Group Incorporated, this would include things like premiums from insurance policies and fees from investment or other financial services. What is crucial to understand is how much of that money actually stays with the company after a major expense. Taxes. The filing is showing us less income taxes paid, which means they are detailing how much they paid to the government. This figure is important because it shows the direct impact of tax obligations on their bottom line, affecting the net profit or loss they report. Understanding this helps us see how efficiently the company manages its tax liabilities. This is the number everyone watches, the net income. But it is not just any net income in this report, it is specifically net income attributable to common stockholders. This is the profit that is left over for the company's owners, the shareholders who hold common stock after all expenses, preferred dividends, and taxes are paid. This is the ultimate measure of profitability for the typical investor. And to make that net income easier to digest, it is often shown on a per share basis. Net income per share diluted is a critical metric. It tells you how much profit the company made for each share of its stock, assuming all potential future shares, like those from stock options or convertible bonds, were in existence. A rising diluted earnings per share is generally a positive sign for investors, indicating that the company is becoming more profitable on a per share basis. So, what does this tell us about American National Group Incorporated's direction? They have provided us with a look at their core financial results for a recent quarter. They are reporting their income, how much tax they paid, and ultimately the profit that belongs to their common shareholders, presented on both an absolute dollar basis and on a per share basis. This is the fundamental data that investors use to gauge the company's performance and make investment decisions. It is a direct report on their earnings, the most tangible way to assess if the business is growing and becoming more valuable over time. Now, looking at these results more broadly, American National Group Incorporated seems to be focused on reporting its core profitability. They are giving investors clear numbers on net income, both for the company and specifically for common shareholders. This suggests a commitment to transparency regarding the profitability that directly impacts those who own a piece of the company. The inclusion of net income per share diluted is particularly helpful as it normalizes profitability across different numbers of outstanding shares, making it easier to compare performance over time or against other companies. However, it is also important to remember that these are just a few pieces of a much larger financial puzzle. While good net income is essential, a complete picture would also involve looking at revenue growth, balance sheet strength, cash flow, and how these figures compare to industry peers and the company's own historical performance. Without those broader comparative figures, it is hard to say definitively if this quarter's results are a sign of robust growth or just holding steady. In conclusion, American National Group Incorporated has provided a clear, albeit concise, update on its profitability for the third quarter of 2025. The key metrics are available for scrutiny, offering investors a direct look at the earnings attributable to common stockholders. What is notable is the focus on these profit-centric numbers, which is a good starting point for any investor. The challenge, as always with these filings, is to see how these specific numbers fit into the larger narrative of the company's strategy and its position in the market. Alright, that is our breakdown of American National Group Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.